I had to do some things to get straight far for the podcast. So I haven't been really doing it far as on a professional level. This is a youth football channel, but I love to talk pro boxing and pro basketball, WNBA and NBA. So I want to talk about the Frank Martin versus the Tank Davis, and I want to give my pre-prediction. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I think Frank Martin really have the goods. I think he has what it takes. And not only that, I believe that he's going to give Tank Davis, a run for his money. Now, if you look, you see that I said that it can possibly be a robbery. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all. It can definitely possibly be because if they go by, the judges' scorecards, Tank is already up 4 rounds. So Frank Martin got to go in there. He got to dominate. He got to show that he really is the better fighter because what you're doing is you're messing up the money if Tank Davis lose. So the invincibility that this young man has is the reason why he's able to sell out a lot of arenas where no matter where he goes. So in order to beat a Tank, you got to definitely knock Tank out. And I don't see that happening. I think Tank is too good. I think he's too shifty. He know how to read his opponent, and he got a high ring IQ. So I don't see nobody like Frank Martin knocking Gervonta Davis out. Now I can see it the other way around, but I'm not going to say that because I think Frank Martin is too cautious. Frank Martin is so cautious to the point where I think that he's only going to really punch when he know that he has a clear opening because he's going to fear being knocked down, by Tank Davis. So the I guess the thing that's in his favor though is Tank Davis actually starts off slow. If you look in the Ryan fight, Tank literally was losing the early rounds until he knocked him down. He was losing that round. Tank, he's a slow starter. So that's an advantage, and that's a good thing for somebody like Frank Martin. But the bad thing is that if you do that, if Frank Martin end up winning the first 2 rounds or first 3 rounds, that creates a level of comfortability for Frank Martin, and then he's gonna, think that he got it in the bag, and then Tank knock him out. So that's how Tank have been winning. He did it versus Leo Santa Cruz. He did it versus uh Postal. He did it versus all his opponent. He did it versus Ryan. You see, Ryan started getting very aggressive with him, and then that's when he ended up stopping him. That's when he ended up knocking him down. The thing that's very deceiving about Tank is that you may think that you are the one that can go in and take this man's punch, and it never turns out that way. Now Ryan said that it happens, or Rolly Romero said that it happens because either a fighter is too small or the fighter is weight drained. Now Frank Martin is a big dude. When you really look at it, he got a lot of muscle mass, so I don't see that him not being a weight drain or not being weight drained may not be an issue because he's a big guy. To be honest, I think he can go to 140 comfortably. That's how big this dude is. But will he be weight drained? Will he be the same fighter that Rolly Romero says that Tank knock out? Will he be a drain fighter, or will he go in and struggle like he did versus the last opponent? Or will he go in and dominate? We gonna see. You know what I'm saying? But what the things that I would say is the keys to victory for Frank Martin. Frank Martin has to consistently throw the jab, and when he sees an opening, take it. If he missed the opening, he has to clinch. It ain't no gambling, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have to literally clinch. If you do not hit Tank Davis with one of those power punches when you throw it, you have to clinch. And I know that some people not going to want to see that type of fight, but if he wants to win, that has to be what he does. Now, we already know with Gervonta Tank Davis what he does, he loves his opponent to sleep. He lets his opponent think that they're doing well versus him, and then he end up knocking you out, and he got the power. That's why Tank Davis sell out so many arenas, because not only can he box, not only does he have a very high ring IQ, but he's a knockout artist. 29 fights, 27 victories, 27 knockouts. 29 fights and 27 of them are knockouts. So you definitely gonna have to watch out for what Tank Davis bring. And then Frank Martin, if he's uh continues to be nervous throughout the duration of the fight, I can see that being a problem. But the one thing that is going to be hard for me to see and to understand, or to fathom and to believe, is if he gets knocked out. It's going to be hard for me to believe that that's going to be the case, due to the fact that he's already, timid. You can see that when Tank flinched at him, he's already reactive. He's going to be a very reactive fighter, and I think that he's going to stick and move. But like I said, when he takes a chance to try to get one of them power punches in, is he gonna clinch? Does he have the right game plan? Now we know that you know uh Derek James has been a really good trainer, but you can't train nerves. You can't do that. So I think overall, man, I believe Tank's win it. But I do think that Frank Martin would do a good enough job to actually be considered the victor, but he's not going to get the decision. So I don't even see this being a knockout type of fight. I see that both fighters will be strategic throughout the duration of the fight. I think that Frank Martin would be too nervous to actually take the chances that he need in order to be successful, and rightfully so. And I think if he does not clinch after he misses a power shot, then it's over for him. Other than that, I think it's gonna be a good fight. I see it going 12 rounds, and I see that Tank winning by the decision. Although I believe that Frank Martin will have more success than what people actually think he's gonna have. So it could be a strong possibility that Frank Martin um I'm not dominate, but win a lot of these rounds, but still lose the fight, because uh Tank Davis is the cash cow. And not only that, if you really look at Tank's fights, he's very strategic. He's very precise and accurate with his punches, to the point where he really don't even throw that many, if y'all really pay attention to his fights. But that's all I got, man. I thank y'all for tuning in. Hey, hit the subscribe button. Let me know what y'all think. Do y'all think Tank Davis is going to knock him out? Do y'all think Frank Martin's going to have some success? Do y'all think that if they go 12 rounds, that even if Frank Martin is winning, would they get a decision to him? Or do y'all think that Tank Davis is already going into this fight up 4 rounds, to the point where Frank Martin has to have a very perfect type of fight in order to win on decisions from the judges? So I think that Frank Martin, have a lot of success, and that it's going to be a controversial fight, and the possibility of them running it back. And I think that it go 12 rounds. But that's my prediction. Hey, if I'm right, man, definitely hit the subscribe button. Come back and let me know what y'all think about my prediction. If not, I appreciate y'all being in here anyway. But go ahead and hit the subscribe button. That's all I got, man. I'm out.